This is the Roulette Master, and today I have my dog Tucker with me. A lot of you asked to see him in the comments, and here he is. He's been making some racket lately, so now you know what he looks like. He's a great dog, and I'm going to give him a bone here so he doesn't bother us today. And here you go, buddy. Why don't you jump on down there? But let's go ahead and get started with today's video now. I think you're going to absolutely love this new system today from one of my subscribers, Mr. Bloom. He calls this one Big Block Roulette. And today we're going to put his system up against Street Chaser, which is an amazing roulette system that inspired some other really good systems. And I think you're going to love both of these. So let's jump right into it. And we'll start with Street Chaser first today. And then we'll start the timer. And here we go. All right, we have $10 on red to start. Timer set, and this is a 6 black to start. And with one loss, we do not increase with Street Chaser. We just rebet and spin. And I'm going to go over the differences between this and the cash machine from yesterday. And if you haven't seen that one, make sure you go back and see that. That's a fantastic roulette system as well. And that's a $10 win. Okay, we stay right here. We do not increase unless we get 2 losses. And then this is going to be very different with the increase and what happens after you get some wins. Very different, but still there's a lot of similarities as well. So the biggest similarity is that we do not increase unless we double when we increase instead of go up a unit. That's the first big deal. But we're up 10. We're just going to stay at 10. Normally, though, we would let it ride if the amount was higher than 10, which I'm going to go over here soon. And that's a 10 black. Okay, that's a loss. With one loss, we don't increase. So we just stay right here. And let's be patient. And I think we'll make some money here soon. This is a really good roulette system that, again, inspired the cash machine. And there's 2 losses. So let's increase. We're going to go from 10 to 20. And this is one that doubles, but don't worry, it's not one of those ones that doubles and gets out of control like other systems. I'm going to show you why. Okay, there's another loss. We're going to stay right there because we're not going to increase unless we get 2 more consecutive losses. And here we go. Okay, there's a win. So we just stay right where we're at. And we rebet and spin. Okay, if we get 2 wins in a row, we're going to let it ride at 20. But we did not. That's a loss, 31 black. So, okay, now we have 1 loss, so we can't increase yet. We stay right here at 20. It takes 2 wins in a row to trigger let it ride, which I'm going to show you here. And that's a 1 red. That's a win. So if we get another win, we're going to let it ride at the current amount of $20 until we don't get a red number. But we can't do that yet because we haven't got 2 wins in a row. That's a loss. So let's go ahead and rebet and spin. We're also not going to increase the bet until we have 2 losses in a row. So that's a 24 black. That's 2 losses in a row. That means we increase, but we double. But again, we're going from 20 to 40, but we're not doubling as many times as most systems, which is why this is so safe, which you're going to see here. And there's another loss. So we're having a lot of losses, but I'm pretty confident that this one will come back. Let's go ahead and we're going to still be at 40 here because you don't increase unless you have 2 more losses in a row. And that's a win, 30 red. Okay, so now if we get a win here at 40, we're going to let it ride on red for 40. And we did. So now we can let it ride. And you're going to get to see what that's like. We're just going to rebet and spin. And if we got 10 in a row red here, we'd win them all at $40 per bet. But we lost that one. So it ended. So now we go back to the original $10 bet. Okay. You can see we're down a little bit starting out here. But we'll get back up on top. We just started out with some poor numbers, and that's a 5 red. Okay, that's a win, and we're minus 40 currently. Let's spin again. And until we have 2 losses, we're going to stay right where we're at. And if we were at a higher amount, we would let it ride after 2 wins, but since we're at 10, we just stay at 10. So let's just rebet and spin here. And then I'm going to go over the differences between this and the cash machine. So the cash machine goes up 1 unit each time. This one doubles, but they both require 2 losses in a row for that to happen. So we're minus 20. The other big difference is that this system lets it ride after 2 wins. The cash machine goes back a unit when it gets 2 wins in a row. So that's a $10 loss. And let's spin again. If we lose this one, we'll increase by, we'll be doubling basically, but it's the same thing on the first one, is increasing by a unit. And we did lose 2 more in a row, so let's increase. So we'll double the bet from 10 to 20. All right, let's go ahead and spin. And this is a really safe system that, you just have to be patient, and good things will happen. But patience and bankroll are key. We're going to go over that here shortly. And we're not going to increase until we have 2 more losses in a row. And we still have plenty of time, for good things to happen here. But that's 2 more losses in a row, so we're going to increase again. Okay, so now we're going to double from 20 to 40. All right, here we go. We're 5.5 minutes in out of 15 with Streak Chaser. And that's another loss. Okay, so we're going to stay right there. We're not going to increase. And the reason this one is much safer is because you have to have 2 losses in a row to double the bet, not 1. And there's a win on 23 red. At 40, we're going to rebet. And if we win 2 in a row here, we're going to let it ride at this bet level. But we did not. That's another loss. Okay, so we just... we'll rebet and spin. And the reason we're not resetting is because the only time you can reset with a loss is after 2 wins. So if you don't have 2 wins in a row, you can't do that. So that's a $40 win there. We're going to rebet and spin. If we get 2 wins in a row, we're going to let it ride at 40 as long as we can get wins. But that's another loss. So again, we cannot go back to 10 because we haven't had 2 wins in a row. So we're going to stay right here at 40. If we get another loss, we're going to have to double the bet. We're 6.5 minutes in out of 15 with Streak Chaser. That's a 33 black. 2 more losses in a row. So now we're going to go to 80. And usually doesn't get this high, but that's, that's not that big of a deal with the $2,000 bankroll. So let's go ahead and spin. And you can also, play this with a $200 bankroll in dollar units. That's a 31 black. Well, we're really piling on the losses here. Let's just rebet and spin. Let's check our balance. We're minus 240 currently because we've had so many losses, but that's okay. We still have plenty of time left. And that's a 12 red. That's a win. Okay, so good. And now, if we get 2 wins in a row at 80, we're going to let it ride at 80. Okay, we did get 2 wins in a row, so we're going to let it ride at 80. Okay, we're minus 80, and even after all those horrible losses, if we get 1 more win, we're back to even, and then we can start making some money. And the other thing that's really exciting about this system is, what if we got 10 in a row red right now? Boy, we would just clean up. And maybe it'll happen for us. That's another win. We're going to let it ride at 80. And then the cool thing, too, is that once you have 2 wins in a row and you let it ride, the first time you get a loss, you reset all the way back to 10. So the risk is very low. Another win. Look at that. We're letting it ride. And now we are up. We're up $80. And if we get a long string of red numbers, it's going to make up for all the horrible luck we had at the beginning. And it's going to be fantastic. But it finally ended with a 33 black. And this is the first time you're seeing when you go all the way back to 10 after a loss. And that only happens after it's triggered, after the let it ride is triggered with 2 wins. So we'll go over that more coming up here. But let's go ahead. Now we're going to go all the way back to 10 and spin again here. And now let's build it back up and make some money. We still have plenty of time. We're 8.5 minutes in. That's a 32 red. All right, let's pile some wins up. And, the whole key to this system, and we'll still be at 10, is the safety aspect of it, that you can play this all night long and have very little risk when you're playing. Okay, we're up 20 now. Let's rebet and spin. We're 9 minutes in out of 15 with Streak Chaser. That's a 15 black, and that's a loss. If we get 1 more of those, we're going to double the bet to 20. So let's see if we get one here. That's a 34 red. That's a win. Okay, so that ends that, and we're up 20. We're just going to rebet and spin. It'll take 2 losses in a row to increase to $20. That's why it's so safe and protects your bankroll. That's a 7 red. Okay, and if we were at a bet higher than 10, we'd be able to let it ride. But since we're still at the base level, then it doesn't really matter at that point because we're at the same bet amount as when we started. That's a 21 red, though. We'll take all these wins, that's for sure. And we're up 40. Let's rebet and spin. But I'm sure you can imagine if you got to a high bet amount like $80 and you had 6 or 7 reds in a row, boy, that would be incredible. But that's a loss there. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin. If we lose another one, that'll be 2 in a row. And at that point, we will need to double the bet. And that is 2 losses in a row, so we're going to double the bet from 10 to 20. And let's go ahead and spin. And I'm sure a lot of you are looking for a system that's just really safe and that's you can play for a long time and win some money. And that's what this one looks like to me. And let's go ahead and rebet and spin. And here we go. That's an 8 black. That's a loss. If we get 2 of those in a row, we are going to double the bet. So here we go again. We're 10 minutes, 42 seconds in out of 15. That's a 21 red. That's another win. If we get another win here, we're going to let it ride. If we get 2 reds in a row, 2 wins in a row, we let it ride. But we didn't. We lost that one. So we just stay at the same bet amount because, again, the only way you can trigger the let it ride or the reset is if you get 2 wins in a row. That hasn't happened yet. But if we get 2 losses in a row, we're going to double the bet again. That's a 12 red. That's a win. And we're up 40. Let's rebet and spin. If we get 2 wins in a row, we'll let it ride. We did not, though. That's another loss. So we stay right where we're at. And rebet and spin. If we get 2 losses in a row, then we will double the bet. That's a win, though. That's an 18 red. Okay, so we're up 40. If we get a win here, we can let it ride at this dollar amount and see how many wins we can get. Okay, it's time to let it ride again. We're just at the $20 level, but that's still good. We're up 60. We're going to bet this $20 bet on red until we lose. And since we had 2 wins in a row, that means when we do lose, we reset back to 10, which just happened. And unfortunately, it didn't ride very long there. So we go back to 10 on red, and we're up 40. Let's go ahead and spin. And I'm sure you can start to see, though, why this is so safe. And that's a 3 red. And if you haven't seen the modification, the cash machine, make sure you go watch that one as well. It's I'll go over the differences here again as we go through here. But let's go ahead and spin again at 10 and see what we get here. Okay, that's a 31 black. Okay. That's a loss. We're just going to rebet and spin. If we get 2 losses in a row, we'll double the bet. The cash machine, you go up units and down units. This one, you double the bet, but then it gives you the option of after you get 2 wins in a row, you let it ride, and then you can reset all the way back to 10. So there's 2 losses in a row, so let's go ahead and double the bet to 20, and here we go. But if you're not sure about those differences, check out the cash machine. That's a great system yesterday. And that's a win there at 20. We're up 50. Let's rebet and spin. And really, this one's doing incredible for as bad a start as we had. It was just a horrible start. And just to be up a good amount right now, we're up 70. And now we get to let it ride at 20 because we finally got 2 wins in a row, which means we're going to get as many wins as we can at 20. But we didn't get much out of the let it ride feature there, but we're still doing okay. So we again, if you once you get a loss after you let it ride, you start back to 10. So let's do that. That dropped us back to $50 profit. But the cool thing about this is that there's so little risk because it takes 2 losses to increase the bet. And also let me know down in the comments if you like this better or the cash machine better. And there's 2 losses in a row, so we need to double the bet to 20. This one doubles. The cash machine goes up a unit, down a unit. That's a 28 black. That's a loss. If we lose again, we'll double the bet again because that'll be 4 losses instead of 2. Every time you get 2 losses consecutively, you double the bet. But we just got to win there. And if we get another one, we're going to let it ride at 20 on red. So let's see if we get back-to-back wins. We did not. That's a loss. So we stay right here because you don't get to reset unless you triggered the let it ride aspect of this. And if we get another loss, we're going to double the bet again from 20 to 40. But we got the win. That's a 30 red. Fantastic. So so now we just go ahead and we rebet and spin.
No more bets.
And if we get 2 wins in a row, we'll let it ride. Okay, we got 2 wins in a row. It's time to let it ride. This is the best part of this. And we're just going to keep betting until we lose. And here we go. Okay, there's a win, 5 red. So we're letting it ride. We're up 80 now. We're going to keep doing this until we get a loss, and then you reset all the way back to 10. Okay, and we lost. So that resets us back to 10. And time just expired. So we're up $60 after 15 minutes with this system. But I tell you what, just to win $60 is amazing from the start that we had with this one. But the real thing that you should take from this is how safe these systems are, whether it's this or Cash Machine. They're so much safer than a lot of the systems that people play. It's something you really want to test out. And let me know what you think down in the comments as always. But now it is time for the new roulette system of the day from Mr. Bloom. And this one looks amazing. I can't wait to share with you. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right, it is finally time for Mr. Bloom's roulette system. This is called the Big Block, and I can't wait to share it with you. We're going to start by placing the bets, and what we're going to do is we're going to have every number covered except for 4 to start. And I'm going to show you why. I think this is a really smart, fun roulette system. Here we go. All right. Let's cover all but 4. He says you can either leave the last 4 open, or you can, with the last 4 numbers that hit, you can just leave uncovered, either way. And let's just leave those 4 uncovered right there and spin. That's a $32 bet. The timer's set, and here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, and that's a win. So if we get a new session profit, we stay the same. So we're up 4. So we're not going to do anything yet. Let's just spin again. But that's going to be different once we're not in session profit. So that's a 6 black. That's another win. And we're up $8. Let's go ahead and spin again. And make sure you stick around for this. This is going to be really interesting and fun once you see the other aspects of this system. But there's another win, so we're up 12. Let's rebet and spin. And what we're going to start doing here is that when we're not in session profit, we're going to start taking out the ones that hit. So there's another win. We're up 16. Let's rebet and spin. So when we're not in session profit, we're going to be increasing. Okay, now there's a loss. That's what I need to show you guys. So so when we lose, and it hits 35 there, we're going to double the bet. Okay? And then once we do that, each time that we get a win, we're going to take the numbers off that number. So let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's an 8 black. Okay, so we're minus 8. We're not in session profit. If we were, we wouldn't have to do this. But what we're going to do now is, since we're not in session profit, every time we get a win, we're going to take those numbers off. Okay, just like that. And we're going to spin again. All right, here we go. And by decreasing the numbers, it's going to help us come back from losses. That's a 24 black. And that's a $10 win. We're not in session profit. So what we do now is we take off the 24. So here we go. Let's see. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. There we go. And we spin. And when we get losses, we're going to double the bet until we're back in session profit. Then we restart everything. That's a 20. Okay, and that's a $12 win. We're up 14, but not in session profit. So now we take the 20 out. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. And once we get in session profit, we can restart. That's a 31 black. That's a $14 win. Now we're up $28. Now we can go ahead and restart back to the beginning. And you can pick different numbers if you want to, but we always start with 4 numbers uncovered, basically. So let's do that. And the only reason that we don't take the numbers off at the beginning if we're winning is because every time we get a win, we're in session profit, basically. If that hopefully that makes sense to you. If you're increasing your session profit, and let's leave those 4 uncovered this time. Remember, we're up $28. That's really important. But each time you get a win, you have to keep track of your new session profit. And that's a 2 black. Okay, that's a $4 win. So now our new session profit is 34. Let's go ahead and spin again. And this is a $2,000 bankroll system. Mr. Bloom plays with higher bets. He puts $10 on each one, but has a much higher bankroll. If you're a high roller and want to do that, that's definitely something you can do. Just keep it proportional to the bet sizes and bankroll. And we're up $36 now. Let's go ahead and spin. But I thought this would be a $32 starting bet would be a little bit more what people in this community would want to see instead of if you put $10 on every number but 4, the bets get really high quickly. But for some of you, that's awesome. So go for it. And here we go. All right, we're 4.5 minutes in out of 15 with big block roulette. That's a 23 red. Okay. All right, we're up $44. That's new session profit again. And let's keep making money. Here we go. That's a 34 red. And that's a loss. So we lost $32 there. That means we were at $32, $42, $44 is session profit. So what we want to do now is the 34 that just hit is right there. And we're going to double the bet. And from this point on, every time we get a win, we're going to take that number off until we're in new session profit. And that's a 24 black. That's an $8 win. We're up 20. But now we are going to take the 24 off. So let's do that. Okay, let's subtract that off there. Okay, and spin. All right, now we're at a $62 total bet. We're 5 minutes, 45 seconds in out of 15, and that's a 31 black. Okay, that's a win, but we're not in session profit. We're up 30, so we're going to take off the 31. Okay, now we have a $60 bet, and let's spin. And the more numbers you take off, the higher the profits get, so that you can come back easier. And that's a 36 red, but that's a loss, so we're going to double the bet to 120. Okay, you can see we're minus 30 now, and we're going to spin. Now every time we get a win, we're going to take more numbers off. It's a 13 black. Okay, that's a $24 win. We're minus 6. We're not in session profit. So what does that mean? That means we take off all the money on the 13. Now we have a 116 bet. The more numbers we take off, the more profit we can make. And that's a 32 red. That's a win, $28. We're not in session profit. So what that means is we take the money off the 32. Now we're at 112 total bet. Let's spin. It's a $2,000 bankroll system, and that's a 12 red, and that's a win. So now let's check that out. We're in new session profit. We go ahead and restart. We're up $54. So let's put the money back out there again and restart. Okay, there's 4 numbers uncovered. Our new session profit is $54, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a 16 red. Okay, and that's a $4 win. It's new session profit at 58. So we just rebet and spin. Let's keep adding up the profits. That's a 14 red. Another $4 win. New session profit at 62. And we rebet and spin. That's a 14 red. Okay, new session profit at $66. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row here. That's a 24 black. That's a $4 win. We're up 70. Let's rebet and spin. And that's a 20 black. That's a $4 win. New session profit at $74. So as long as you're establishing new session profit, there's really no reason to pull more numbers off the board. The reason to do that is to get more profit, and that's, you know, after a loss, that's when that's really good. So we're up 78. Now, obviously, you can do it all the time if you want to, but this is the safest way to play where you only do it when it's necessary, and that's a 23 red. That's a $4 win. New session profit at 82. And let's go ahead and spin again here. We're 9 minutes in out of 15, and that's a 23 red. But I really like what Mr. Bloom has come up with here. We're up $86, and you know, we're only taking those numbers off when we need to get profit back after a loss. And that's a 28 black. $4 win. We're up 90. New session profit, and let's spin. So, you know, once you have a loss, you double the bet, and then you take the numbers off until you establish new session profit. So we're up 94. Let's rebet and spin again here. We're almost 10 minutes in out of 15. And that's an 8 black. Another win. That's new session profit at $98. We're almost over the $100 level. And here we go again. That's a 13 black. Another win. New session profit at $102. Let's rebet and spin again. But I really like the retrieval of losses method here. I think it's fantastic. And that's a 33 black. I can't wait to see what you guys think, but that's another loss. So let's see where our session profit was. It was at $102. So the first thing you do after a loss is you double the bet, and then you spin, and then you start taking off the numbers that win until you're in session profit again. That's a 29 black. Ooh, but we had back-to-back losses. Let's see what happens with this. So we double again. Now we're at 128, and now you're seeing why we need the $2,000 bankroll, just in case something like that happens. That's a 21 red. Okay, and that's a $16 win. We're not in session profit. So what we do is we take everything off of the 21. Oh, actually, let me put that back there. And make sure that's right. Yep. Okay, let me take that 21 off there. I hit the wrong one. There we go. Okay, now we're at 124 total bet. Let's spin. And again, the really cool thing about this is that when you take numbers off, it increases the amount of money you can make, and it's numbers that just hit, so hopefully they won't hit again, even though that happens sometimes. We're up 42, but now we're going to take off the 4. Okay, and each time we take one of these off, it increases the amount of revenue that we can generate from the next spin. That's a 35 black, and that's a win. So now we take the 35 off. We're up 66. Okay. We have a 116 total bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. We're 12 minutes in out of 15. Really enjoying this recovery method. Very great idea, Mr. Bloom. And that's a $28 win on number 24. So we're getting close to where we're in new session profit, but not yet. So let's take the 24 off the board and spin at 112 total bet. Here we go. That's a 1 red. That's a win. I think that's new session profit. $32 win. That's new session profit at 126. So we place the bets again and start over. And I really love this retrieval method. I think it's really genius. And thanks for sending this one in, Mr. Bloom. Then we'll just get back to making profit again. And it doesn't matter which 4 you leave uncovered. In fact, let's go ahead and we'll do 4 different ones this time. Okay, let's go ahead and spend $32 total bet. And again, $2,000 bankroll. But you could probably do it with less, but it's always good to have, as much as you need. And we just lost again there. So let's work on this retrieval process again. We lost $32. We were at 94. So I think that we were up at like $126 profit. So remember that. And we're going to take off the we're going to double first. Then we're going to take off anything that wins until we're in new session profit. Okay, that's a 19 red. So let's take the 19 off because we're not in session profit. And here we go. Okay, we're at $62 total bet now. And each time we take one off, it increases our revenue potential for the next spin. But there's another loss. Okay, so that was a $62 loss. We're going to double the bet and spin. And then everything that wins after this, we will take off, which will increase our chances of, getting our money back. And that's a 12 red. So we're going to take the 12 off now. All right. There we go. Now we're at 120 total bet. And again, every time we take one off, we'll make more on the next spin. That's a 15 black. That's a win at $24. So we're going to take off the 15 now until we're in session profit. We're going to continue to take off the winning numbers. And here we go. That's 11 black. Another win, $28 win. We're almost back to session profit again. So let's take the 11 off. Whoops, let me fix that one. I hit the wrong one there, guys. Yep, okay. So we need to take that one off right there. Sorry about that. Okay, now we're at 112 total bet. And let's spin. That's a 1 red. Okay, now we're back in new session profit at $144. So I hope you really enjoyed that retrieval method. I sure did. And you can compile a lot of wins with only 4 numbers uncovered as well. So thank you for sending this one in, Mr. Bloom. The big block roulette system looks fantastic. So also with the first system today, let me know if you like that better, or if you like the one from yesterday. Test those out, and let me know what you're liking, what you don't like, and that would be fantastic. Also, keep sending these systems into roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I love seeing the new systems every day, and boy, have there been some great ones lately. And help everybody in the community out by sharing in the comments what you think, and that's what keeps growing this great community of people that love to see new roulette systems and the search for the best roulette system possible. I love it, and I hope you do as well. If you're enjoying the channel, please like and subscribe. Keep growing this great community, and I hope you enjoyed meeting Tucker today. If you didn't see the beginning of the video, I had my King Charles Cavalier on there because you guys were asking about that yesterday to put him on, and he was the one making all that racket the other day. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.